I'm assuming we could explain it, but I don't know for sure, so I'm not gonna get us in trouble. It is the 15-Minute Morning Show podcast. Hey, guys.
Hi.
Hello. There's my Funky Froggy, and there's Scotty B eating something. What are you eating?
I'm eating the top and the middle of a donut.
What about the bottom?
No, I don't eat the actual donut part. I scoop the top off, and then I eat the cream out, but I throw away the donut part.
Oh, so it's like a cream bowl.
Yes.
So wasteful.
And there's Nate getting a listener on the phone, and there's Scary.
Hi.
And there's Danielle.
Hello.
And there's Gandhi with a Christmas tree on her shoulder, as you can see.
Yeah.
And there's Garrett. Hey, Garrett.
Hey.
Garrett.
Hey, Garrett.
Hey. Garrett.
So
And,
it's funny. Nate's had a few donuts. I'm waiting for the sugar high to kick in.
Yeah, look at his hair. It looks like it's sort of
I've been pacing them out an hour.
But he already did his donut dance, which is, I think, my favorite thing that he does.
Yeah.
He has this little hip wiggle when he's eating his donuts. He gets so excited.
Dude, he does the donut dance. I've never seen that before.
He dances like that little dog in the crate that's like.
Oh,
yeah.
You know what it reminds me of every time he dances that way? You know, in Silence of the Lamb, when Buffalo Bill tucks his schwiener and then dances around?
Yes.
That's sort of how Nate dances.
Yeah. I dance like I'm tucking it.
That's a compliment. By the way, do you have this person on the phone yet?
I'm not answering.
Well, I'm also a little concerned. Where's David
Oh,
Brody?
yeah, where's Brody?
He's not
check
connected
your
to his sound system, and he's certainly not on Zoom here.
Did you check your text? Because that was in the message earlier.
I did.
Were you?
You want to talk to him on the phone?
Were you a dick to Brody and pissed him off, and he doesn't want to be on the
not at
podcast?
all.
Well, hold on. Is he on hold right now?
He's on hold.
Well, let's ask him where he is. Hey, Brody.
Yes, sir.
Brody, we're doing the podcast, but you're not on with us. What's going on?
I'm sorry. I was in the bathroom.
Okay, never apologize for being in the bathroom. Okay,
I hope you're okay.
We're here
Yeah,
when you're ready.
I'll be on in 2 seconds. I apologize. Thank you for carrying
All
it.
right.
One,
Thank you.
two. You're not on yet. Where are you?
Speaking
Not literally.
Speaking of number two.
He lost track of time.
Anyway, yeah, someone actually sent us a text saying, "Can you do questions from the average listener? I have questions." We try to call them, they're not picking up.
Well, the one thing about if you're receiving a call from the radio station, which a lot of people don't know, is sometimes it comes up 00000.
Oh yeah.
And people just take it as one of those solicitation calls.
I can call them live. You want me to call them live?
Should we reply to their text and tell them we're trying to call them so that they answer?
That would be a great idea.
Yeah, I can't do that right now.
I don't know how to do that.
Let's see.
Anybody?
I'm pushing the word reply. This is a very.
Okay.
Well, no, we're just going to call them. We're not on the air, so legally we can do this, right? Right?
999.
We're recording it.
999.
What?
Okay, don't say no. Okay. You're watching us as we do the show. You're watching us producing live. Okay, I just sent them a text.
And I'm trying to call them from the studio line.
I can hear you.
Hello.
Hey, we just got your text. This is Elvis Duran. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
We're doing well. I hope you're okay. We're doing our podcast, but
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. We
don't
want
be
you
sorry.
on the podcast. But I love it. First of all, we're all here. I'm Elvis, and there's Danielle and Gandhi. We're all here.
What's up?
What up?
Do you want to give us your name, or you can use a fake name if you want? It's up to you.
No, I'll use my real name. I'm Celise.
Celise?
Celise.
Navidad.
No, that's Felice.
Yeah, all the time.
I know.
All the time.
Thank you, Scary. Okay, so here's what Celise said in the text. She says, "Can you do questions from the average listener, please? I have questions." So I'm dying to know what questions you have, Celise.
Okay, so, well, one basic question I had was, how many texts do you get in a minute? Because I know I text a lot, and I'm like, I'm sure they barely see my messages. I didn't expect you to see this message.
Yeah, no, we saw it. No, we get a lot of texts every minute. I mean, it's ebb and flow. But, I mean, there are sometimes we get maybe, 2 a minute. I'm kidding. We get, sometimes we get hundreds in a minute. I mean, it's a lot. So when we see a text and we call back and respond like we did yours, it's a big thing for us to be able to connect with you. All right, what other questions do you have?
So how do ratings actually work? Because, I know you get ratings if we listen to the show, but does it still work the same if we listen to you on the app or on the replay channel?
Good question.
Which is better?
Yeah, that's a good
I don't
question.
know. And I don't, I will tell you this, and I've been in radio a long time. There used to be rules about us not talking about ratings because it could screw us up. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. I will tell you that we don't have ratings, so I don't know how to answer that question.
One day.
I will say this. Let me make an assumption. I assume that you can. There are ratings for people who are listening on a recorded show. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
I got to be really careful. I don't know what
Yeah.
we can talk about, what we can't talk about.
That's a Google.
Can't say
Elvis.
much. Yeah.
You can
That's a
Google it. Google how do radio ratings work.
Yeah, much safer.
I tried, and it didn't make sense. I'm like, I'm just going to ask you all, because I'm like, maybe you have
I know.
easier way to explain it.
I'm assuming we could explain it, but I don't know for sure, so I'm not gonna get us in trouble because I know people who have talked about ratings on their shows and then they get delisted from the ratings. I'm like, whoa, without ratings, we have no jobs.
Well, it's a podcast,
Got it.
so.
Yeah.
Okay, what's
Google
that, Brody?
I say it's a podcast, not radio, so.
Well, let's not
technically
make
we-
both.
Let's not make any assumptions.
No, just Google it. Yeah.
Yeah, Google it. Okay, what other questions? Your questions are great. I wish I had better answers, but go ahead.
No, you're good. What's your least favorite part about doing what you do? And not like when Danielle fakes like she doesn't know how to do something just so she doesn't get asked to do it later. Because, if they know you know how to do something, they'll ask you to do it. Because I remember Danielle saying that a while ago. So I'm like, yeah, not that. But like what's like the thing you don't like to do, but you know it's a part of the job and you have to do it whether you know how to do it or not.
Well, Celise, we're going to go around the room and get everyone's answer, and I'm going to assume waking up in the middle of the night is probably in the top 5.
Yep.
So with that one aside, what else is it about this job you don't really care for? We'll start with you, Froggy.
It really, truly is the waking up. Once I'm here, I'm great. Other than that, I would say I don't like when I say something stupid and get yelled at. Other than that, it's really it. There's really nothing that I really dislike. But I say something stupid a lot and then get yelled at. So that I get my mic turned off, or Danielle and I start laughing together, having the Danielle and Froggy show, and Elvis gets mad and turns us off.
Yeah, let's make it clear. This is one of those places where people get yelled at all the time. Are you kidding me? No one gets yelled at around here.
I've said some dumb shit and gotten yelled at, and I should have. I deserved
Like right
it.
now, Froggy.
Right.
It's Froggy. I know, but you use the term yelled at. There's no yelling.
No.
We just got silenced a little.
Yeah, I get the look. I get the look of are you fucking kidding me? Why did you say that look?
Okay, well that's okay.
But I've got that as a kid my whole life, so I'm used to it.
Scotty, what do you dislike about this job other than waking up in the middle of the night?
Getting fat. That's really it. Because if it weren't for this place, I would not weigh as much as I do right now.
Okay.
I just sucked the cream out of 2 donuts.
Oh, wow. No one made you do that.
I wouldn't have done it if I was home.
Celise, it is a very fattening career. What about you, Danielle?
Probably just sometimes when you get a hater, like somebody who's gonna say something negative about one of us on the show that they don't think it's gonna make us feel bad, but they'll say it anyway, like something like that.
It happens all the time.
It's like we already know some of those things about ourselves, so no need to point them out.
Celise, you asked about how many texts we receive every minute. A lot. And I would say there is a percentage of those texts where people are just fucking mean. Pardon my language. Yeah, Scary, what do you dislike about this job other than the hour?
I can't stand the censorship on the fucking music. I really wish that, we could play the music the way most people experience music on their phones and hanging out with their friends at night, whatever, and you hear songs. But some things are so edited and bleeped out. And I'm like, oh, that's so childish. Like taking weed out of the song Peaches from Justin Bieber is the epitome of what is the bane of my existence. And I hate that about our job because it makes us look foolish because we look like we're a reflection of that. Yeah. And it's awful.
Don't forget that horribly
like
offensive word pimp ship that we took out of the Neo song.
Okay, Celise, there's a song by Neo, and he uses the term pimp ship, and they edited it out, and I don't know why.
Right.
I don't know.
It's so weird. That was my next question, too.
What's that?
But go ahead. Well, what's going to be about censorship? Why are they still censoring things when a lot of the songs, they like everybody can access the actual versions
Exactly.
of it. Listen on the radio.
Well,
It's a
certain
completely
songs you
different
have to, like
experience.
WAP. Like, we have to censor that. We can't just play that.
And also, we still got our radio stations are still licensed by the Federal Communications Commission. They have a list of words you cannot use on a broadcast over a transmitter, right? It's just like, it's crazy. So I don't know. There's a million different reasons why they
But
censor.
it's not like people don't know what the song is saying. You can
Well,
kind of
exactly.
figure it out, you
It's
know?
just so stupid. How about you, Nate? What do you hate about your job?
Oh, God.
Other than me.
No, I don't hate you. You're trying at times, but at the same time, I think the thing I dislike is the back end stuff, right? Because what we do is essentially an art form. So there's no joke there.
That's big on our show.
Nate.
There's no joke. So what we do is an art form, and we have wonderful advertisers, but every once in a while, it's a challenge to work with our sales department in their translation with those advertisers. Does that make sense?
That's Nate's job too, Celise. So
Sometimes there's a disconnect.
He gets a lot of back end problems from them. Hey, Garrett, what do you hate about your job other than the hours?
It's a blessing and a curse of us getting out early from work. So we all get out relatively early before lunchtime, some of us, and none of my friends, they're still working until 5, 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
So I'm left playing Xbox until like a teenager until 4 or 5 o'clock when my friends get out, and then my day starts.
There you go. Hey, Celise, are we keeping you from something? Because you've been on I forgot that maybe you have a life. Are you okay?
Job to go to.
Oh, no, I'm good. I'm driving right now. I'm heading to Nashville.
Oh, my
good
God!
for you.
I
Have
wish
fun.
we were going with you. That's another thing I hate about this job. We can't go to Nashville. I got to sit here and do the show. What about you, Gandhi? What do you dislike about your job other than the hours? And you may like those. I don't know.
I actually do like the hours. And I really love the job. I think how easily offended everybody is, I think that bugs me because then we all have to walk on eggshells and we can't talk about the shit we really want to talk about and make the jokes that we want to make and just have a good time knowing that we're all great people who don't have bad intentions toward anybody. But you do anything, say anything, you breathe a little too hard and people just come at you like you're the worst person in the world. That is annoying.
Yeah, it gets pretty bad sometimes, Celise.
Yeah.
We don't talk about that. And Brody, you got to talk really loudly because her phone she's on the road and your microphone
Yeah, I
is
got
lame.
it. Is it any, by the way, the engineers are looking at the problem today. I think it's in the studio. Anyway,
Okay, we can barely hear you. So
my problem.
Swallow the mic.
There we
What
go.
is your problem, Brody?
My problem, and no offense, is when it's my turn to clean the Elvis Duran executive toilet.
There you go. He doesn't like cleaning my toilet. Well, it's part of the job description.
Also, having to dress up every day.
Celise, at the end of the day, we're all very blessed to not only be able to work with people that we love, because we really do get along. It's really a shame that I don't know. We have the best job in the world, but sometimes things get irritating. I will tell you the thing that I cannot stand about this particular job, and a lot of people go through this wherever they're doing, is people make assumptions that we feel a certain way about a topic or a subject, and I don't know. I don't like people making assumptions about us, and then they yell at us because of their assumptions.
Yes.
Does that make sense at all to you? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, yeah, for sure, because I know I actually had reached out to Froggy on Twitter a couple months ago when they were saying some crap to him about whatever his perspective on, or last year actually around the election.
Yep.
And I actually messaged him about it, and he responded and said, he's like, I appreciate that there should be more people like you in the world. And I'm like, oh, that was sweet.
Yeah.
Like, not everybody, you're all like, everybody's their own person. Just because of what you do, that doesn't dictate. Nobody knows how you are off the radio. Like, you can't just go about what somebody says in that one moment. That doesn't mean they're exactly what you think they are.
Yeah. I don't know. I think what listeners think sometimes is if our opinion isn't the same as their opinion, then we're pieces of crap.
Right.
So, they're not. Celise, they're not like you. Look, you can have friends you don't agree with, but they're still your friends. You don't flush them down the toilet and say goodbye. Hey, you know what? This has been great talking to you, Celise, and thank you for asking your questions. It's an honor to talk to you, and I hope you have a great time in Nashville.
Oh, thank you so much. It's so great to talk to you all again. I actually talked to you all a couple years ago, when my girl Diamond called me and you all gave me a cruise on Norwegian for my graduation.
Wow! Nice!
Which is better, the cruise or this?
The cruise.
Well, I'm gonna say this because I didn't get to go because that was when COVID actually first hit and they canceled everything. But Norwegian is they're great because earlier this year they reached out about me going back on the cruise, but I couldn't go at the time because it was so last minute and my mother was just recovering from back surgery, so I couldn't go. But they sent us like some hats and some Norwegian tumblers. So I mean that was a nice gesture, but yeah, nobody got to go. So I'm like, it's fine. I'm like, it's okay.
You know
what?
Oh, do me a favor, Celeste. If you have a few minutes, I'm going to put you on hold. I want to connect you with Andrew, and we're going to see if we can wake that trip up for you. Okay?
Oh wow, really?
Yeah. Well, no, I'm not making any promises, but let me at least try, and let's see what we can do for you. Okay?
Oh, well, that's so sweet of you all. I appreciate it.
Well, we appreciate you listening. Felice, hold on one second.
Nice.
And
She's
thanks for talking to
sweet.
us. Thank you. Put her on hold. There you go.
Wow,
yeah, don't let her hang up.
No, she's so sweet.
Interesting question. I wish we had answers for some of those questions. I don't know.
It's so funny that she remembers when I said that don't learn things you don't want to do, because the day we were talking about that was how we were talking about running the board in the studio and how I hadn't run one since college. And I remember saying, yeah, I learned a long time ago, don't learn that or they'll give you like a, they'll give you a shift. They'll have you running the board.
I agree with you.
Though.
What's that?
She says that about a lot, like editing audio. She won't learn Pro Tools for the same reason.
either.
She said,
Oh, yeah, me neither.
I won't learn 'cause they'll make me do it.
No.
Gandhi's over there editing stuff. I'm like, don't
How
tell
do
me
I
when you
do
know.
a phone tap on myself?
Oh, yeah.
Don't tell me when you know how to do that because they'll want you to do that.
I do all my stuff in secret because people yell.
Can you help me?
That's me.
God. All right.
How
Well,
do I
look.
raise my children?
You know what? Once a week, it'd be great to have listeners ask us questions. I
That
like that a
actually
lot.
would be really cool.
Yeah.
Where did Nate go? Nate, we got to go.
Taking care of the cruise.
Oh, take care of that cruise, Nate.
Dancing
All
with a donut.
All right, we got to get out of here. Have a beautiful week. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Peace out.